Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. This video is all to do with the subject of lead generation. So if you're looking to earn more money from an existing business, or it might be that you're looking to start your own business doing lead generation, please, if you like, watch to the end of this video. Um, Lead generation is actually quite a simple thing to do. I always say to people who actually start thinking about generating leads, the hardest bit is actually walking out the door and going and doing it. Um, After that, for me, it's just a matter of talking to people. But I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do to actually make my job easier, if you like. Yeah. I'm going to talk about a mistake that I used to make as well. When I first started doing lead generation, I think I made a fundamental mistake of I was actually working for one company. I know it might sound stupid, but that is what I used to do. I used to go out, I would canvass in the street, I would knock on the door. However, I used to approach people, I would be approaching them with one business, i.e., are you interested in double glazing? Are you interested in landscaping? Whatever the company I was working for at the time might have been, I would ask them about that company and try and obtain an inquiry. Well, I'm going to tell you there's another way. There's a better way. There's a way of earning more money. What I do now, I'm almost like if you like, I work for different people. So when I'm talking to people, I'm obviously hearing their story. I'm hearing what they want to do. They might have just bought their property. I'm listening to what their actually requirements are. So, and because obviously people, yeah, the longer you talk to them, the more they will give away, the more they will open up to you. So, what I suggest you do if you want to make good money from generating these inquiries is to work for different companies. Don't don't obviously cross work for two or three window companies. I'm on about work for a window company, being with a company that does landscaping, being with a company that does um, perhaps central heating, being with a company that does underfloor heating, whatever that your is available in your area. Because when you talk to these people, like I say, they will talk to you about what they're thinking about doing. And all you've got to turn around and be able to say to them is say, oh, I know someone who could help you with that. I know someone who, I actually know a good plumber. I actually know a guy that could give you a quote for your rendering. I know somebody that could actually give you a quote for your artificial grass. Yeah, see, you need to have many companies, if you like, in your toolkit. Because if you go out canvassing like I used to, and you knock on one door, and the person comes to the door and they say to you, you say to them, oh, are you interested in having a quote for any double glazing, or and they turn around and say no. Well, you fired all your bullets. You haven't got anything else you can talk to them about. But what I do now is when I actually knock on the door, I go in with a company that I work for, but then after they say no, they're not interested, I just say to them, oh, can I ask you while I'm here? I also get work for a company that does paving. I also get work for a company that does extensions. Because then the more you can fire at them, the more you will get back. The bigger the profit you will get back. And if you see one of my recent videos, you'll know that the last time I went out on the knocker, I went door knocking. I canvassed. I only went out for about 2 hours. I got a lead for a conservatory roof. I got a lead for a woman that wants her landscaping done, and I got a lead for a lady who wants her driveway cleaned. Now, if I'd have been just going out getting leads for driveways, I'd have only got one lead. It's common sense, isn't it? I know, obviously, it's obvious when you're on the knocker, you're talking, you're trying to help these people. So find out what it is they want. Find out, are they thinking about any other home improvements? If they turn around and they mention a company about something which you haven't got, perhaps a company that you're in with, say to them, I've actually got a friend of mine that actually does that. Would it be okay if I get them to call you? And just take their name and number, go home, do a bit of research, go on Google Maps, go on Google search, Find a local company that actually does what this person wants, and say to them, I've got a lead here. You can either buy it off of me, or you can give me a percentage of the deal. If they don't want to do it, then you don't give them the lead. But I'm telling you, most companies, if you approach them, and especially if they know, obviously if you can sell yourself, you can say to them, you can only win. Every company that I ever work for, I always say to them, when they say to me, oh, but I don't know whether I want to do that, I turn around and say to them, well, look, you ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't taking no chance. And when they say, well, what do you mean? I say to them, well, my 10% or my 8%, you just put it on the cost of the job. Yeah, if you go around and charge a woman, if they charge a woman £5,000 to install new central heating, they've got to put £500 on the job for you. That's how you make your money. So they can't lose. Yeah, and this is obviously how you've got to sell it to them. Yeah, but the idea of this video is to make you, and the main focus of this video is to make you realise that if you're just working for one company as a canvasser, I think you're doing it all wrong, because you're leaving deals on the table. You know what I mean? If you walk up, like I say, I know I'm perhaps repeating myself, but like the other day, I went up to a woman, I knocked on her door and asked her about her, if she was interested, if she had a conservatory, and if she was interested in, if she did have one, if she was interested in having a new thermal roof. Well, she actually turned around and went to me, oh, actually, my roof's already been done. And I went, oh, great, started chatting to her, who done it for you, and she told me who done it for her. And then as I was coming away, I said, so can I just ask you quickly, what's that, love? I said, to your driveway, obviously, she said, we are going to be getting that done soon. And I went straight in. I said, look, the only reason I'm asking, my brother-in-law, Lee, he's a landscaper and I get work for him. Would it be okay if I got him to call you? Absolutely fine. I walked away with a lead, name and number. He could go around and sell that. Could be a 6-7 grand deal. This is what you got to do. Yeah, this is what you got to do. Because if you're canvassing and you're like me, you're knocking on that door. You're standing at that market. You're talking to that person for a reason. Yeah, and the reason is to get their name, their address, and their number, and what it is they may be interested in. That's it. So the more numbers you can fire at these different companies, the more money you'll earn. It's simple. I've just started into a little business with my son, and I've been canvassing work for my son, and he said to me, today, he went, Dad, he said, how many jobs do you think you'll be able to get next week for us to do next week? And I went to him, I said, mate, it all depends. And he said to me, on what, Dad? What does it depend on? And I said to him, it all depends on how many people I can speak to. It's a numbers game. Yeah, and this is what we need to realise when we're canvassing for one company. If you're canvassing for one company, you might have a 1 in 200 chance of getting a lead off that knocker, or it might be a 1 in 100 chance in getting a lead off that knocker. If you're getting leads for 4 or 5 different companies, your return is now going to be 5 in 100. Yeah, you're duplicating yourself. It's like having 3 or 4 of you out knocking on different doors for different home improvements. Yeah. If you worry about like the people finding out about it, I say to people, I'm a canvasser. I said to the bloke I worked with recently, I went to him, I said, I don't just work for you. If I just worked for you, I wouldn't earn enough money. So I get leads for you, but I get leads for other companies as well. The leads don't cross. I'm not giving the same lead to 2 different companies that sell the same products. And obviously that is not on, right? I'm on about getting leads for different companies that are in different home improvement sectors. Yeah, and then just sit back and watch the money come to you. Yeah, at the time of making this, artificial grass. In my area, everyone's having artificial grass done. Yeah, when you're on that knocker, you say to them, can I ask you, have you thought about having any artificial grass recently? Have you thought about having any landscaping done? Have you thought about having a new porch? And they might turn and say, no, oh, in all honesty, mate, we've got a lot going on at the minute. We're thinking about having a loft conversion done. And then you say to them, oh, really, a loft conversion? I've got a mate of mine that does lofts. Can I ask you, would it be okay if I got him to phone you? Even if you haven't got a mate that does lofts, you go home, you get in with somebody in your local area that does lofts, and you say to him, I've got a lead here, yeah? And, is it something you're interested in putting a bit on top of it for me? This is how you make money, yeah? The other thing you can do, obviously, if you're a canvasser and you want to make more money and you want to obviously make more use of your time, is to start employing other people for you, yeah? So it might be that you know that the guy that works for you who does your selling, that he's a really good salesman. And it might mean that the average deal to you that sells is worth £400, say, for example. Yeah. So if you said to a person, I'll give you £40 a lead, as long as the person gets a quotation, I'll give you £40, you're always going to come out on top, because it's going to cost you £120 to get 3 leads. You know he's going to sell one of them, so it's cost you £120 to earn 400. Yeah, this is something that I started doing. I've actually started doing this, getting smaller people. You might have kids that are at college who don't want to earn a lot of money. They haven't got all the bills, all the mortgage that most people have, and you say to them, I'll give you X amount of money per lead. Or it might be that you get them, that you pay some people to put out leaflets for you, and you get leads that way. But you need to start, if you're a canvasser, you really do need to start thinking outside of the box. I wish I was thinking as I am now 20 years ago. I think where I was in with a couple of decent companies and they were paying me good money, and I was getting me 35, 40 grand a year, which to me was pretty good money. I think my mind kind of switched off to the possibilities of other ways of earning this money. But there's so many ways. You've got people online now who are setting up capture pages for different businesses, and they're selling the leads on. This is something that I've been looking into. Yeah, it's knowledge. It's all it is. It's using knowledge. Yeah, you've got to look at. We've got to try and operate how these big companies operate. We've got to start thinking bigger. I think, like I said, for me, when I was earning like pretty good money and I was leading a pretty good life, I was comfortable. I think I kind of, I thought I was doing really well when perhaps I could have been doing a lot better. And this is what we've got to take on board. We've really got to, in anything you do. It might be that you're not a canvasser. It might be that you're something else. Yeah. You've got to look at what these people. Something that I've been looking at more and more recently is what these companies are earning out of me. Yeah. And you've got to start. Trying to take control. Of your leads. You know what I mean? These companies are earning all this money out of you. Yeah, you need to protect yourself. You need to make sure that you're getting what you're worth. I had a situation years ago, another situation which you have to be careful of. I was going out getting leads for a guy, and I was getting him loads of work, and my wife kept saying to me, she said to me, you seem to be getting all these leads, but your money don't seem to be, it was going up a little bit, but it wasn't going up like I thought it would. And when I started ringing up my leads and looking into my leads and all that, what was happening was the guy who I was giving the leads to, he was cherry picking the leads. He would only go on it if it was like 2 or 3 windows or 1 window, or if it was he was ringing up on the phone, finding out what the job was, and if it was a little job, he perhaps wouldn't go around it. Yeah. So I realised, it took me a while to realise that my wife used to say to me, "You've got him so much, that's it. Don't give him any more leads, because you don't want him wasting the ones that you are giving him by him just going through and cherry picking the good ones. That's not helping me, yeah, as a canvasser. What you really should be doing is, once you've got that person so many leads and you know he's going to give you a big lump, like a good lump at the end of the month, a good lump of money at the end of the month, you think, well, hold on a minute, I'm going to do 3 or 4 days for the other guy because he ain't got no leads. He's going to be hungry. He's going to want to sell them leads. He's going to want to go around there. Yeah, it's this supply and demand thing. Yeah, it's the supply and demand thing. Yeah, it's like me now. I'm going through, if you see my other videos, you'll know that I'm going through a bit of a transition, if you like, a bit of a disagreement with one of the companies that I work for. And they're always pumping me to get more leads. Pumping me all the time. Oh, God, we need more leads, we need more leads. But they don't want to give you no more money. Yeah? How precious are your leads worth? Yeah? You'll only find this out if obviously you don't get so many of them. And then they start getting on to you. You know, can you get us some more leads? And that's when you've got to be able to say, well, hold on a minute. You know, you give me a bit more money, perhaps I'll get you a few more leads. You've got to be fair. Yeah? You know, people who know me, I'm fair. I'm fair with everyone. I'm fair with businesses I work for. In fact, sometimes I think I'm too fair. Yeah, you don't want to be, you've got to protect yourself. So I'm going to end this video now, but find ways of protecting yourself, working for multiple companies. So when you're on the knocker, you're at a market, you're duplicating, you're selling different things. Yeah, and you will earn more, you'll definitely earn more money. You definitely will earn more money. And if the company, if the company that you perhaps working for starts saying to you, oh yeah, but you won't be able to concentrate on just doing that, that's when you've got to say to them, like I say to them, well, hold on a minute. If I'm only getting X percent, I ain't going to be solely for you. I ain't going to be working solely for you because I'm a self-employed canvasser. Yeah? They want to start paying you a salary, giving you end of year profits and Christmas bonuses and all these different things and a good percentage. Then you say, well, okay, as long as I'm earning my grand a week, I'll work for you. But if you're not, you don't hold no allegiance to them, yeah? And I had a guy, it was crazy, it's just a quick story. I had a bloke a while ago, it got back to me that he actually said to this friend of mine that, oh, Colin's not very, can't think of the word, I basically, loyal. He said, Colin's not very loyal, he said about me. And what had actually happened before, a guy I'd given leads to, I'd already told him that not to try and have me over because I checked my leads, and he said he wouldn't do it again. And I caught him out. He actually sold a job for a lot more money than what he actually initially paid me, and I basically pulled him on it. I said to him, "You've done it once. I told you if you'd done it again, I wouldn't get you no more work," and I didn't. It actually for a short spell of time, it actually cost me money. But I said to my wife, I won't give that geezer, I won't give him one lead. Never mind 15, 20 leads a week. He won't get one more lead out of me because he stole off me. And he was the guy that was saying to this friend of mine, that I wasn't being very loyal. And I said to my mate, I said, he was the one that weren't being loyal. He took money off me, which he should have given me, and he didn't. So again, if you're a canvasser and you come across this, you've got to make them fully aware that if they basically try and pull a flanker on you and try and hold deals back that are sold, you've got to say to them, one deal is one deal too many, and if I find out about it, I'm going to go. And you've got to go. You've got to call their bluff. Yeah, you've got to say, look, I'm not happy. That deal ain't, that deal sold. You told me I've earned 50 quid out of it because you told me it was a £500 deal and it was a £2.5 grand deal. You should have given me 250 quid. Yeah. To me, I said to my mate, I said he might as well have reached in my pocket and took that money off me because it was no different. I was going to be worse off because he'd lied to me. So don't let these people do it. These companies do it to you. A lot of firms, most of the people I work for, they're pretty straight. They're pretty good. They know if you're a good canvasser, they know what you're worth. But this guy, I wouldn't care. He did it once, and I said to him, I said, don't do it to me again. I said, I'm standing down there getting you leads. I said, one lead's too many. I said, you do it to me once, it's bad enough. And he got the up about it. And I know he must be pulling his hair out. Because I had a friend where he used to go and buy his glass. Every time I see this guy, he used to say to me, oh, he's in here, he's so busy. And I said to him, because I went in, I was getting work for another guy. I went in there a couple of weeks later. I said, well, he won't be busy no more. I said, because I ain't getting no more leads. I said, he's a, I won't say what I said, but I said, he's, not to be trusted. Anyway, I'm going to end my video there. I've gone on a little bit, but make sure you do what I say. If you're a canvasser, don't work for one company. Yeah, you're you've heard of these people, these multi-tradesmen. Well, you're a multi-canvasser. You don't just work for one person. You work for yourself. You're self-employed. You're like me. You pay your own taxes. You don't hold any allegiance to these people. You are working for yourself. So make sure, if you're working for yourself, who's the most important? You. You're the person who's got to, at the end of the week, you're the one that's got to find the money to look after your family and pay all your bills. Yeah? So don't rely on one company. And as well, it's obvious, but if you're working for one company and that company go out of work or the firm decide to knock you, you've been knocked for all that money. Don't work for one firm. Yeah, big mistake. Please, I should have asked you to start. Please, if you can, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And I'd really appreciate it if you give my video a thumbs up. All my videos are aimed at helping people. I do videos on personal development. I do videos on lead generation, businesses. Basically, videos to help, if you like, the working class person get on. Thanks for watching, and like I say, please like, please subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up and share, and hit the notification bell. So there's a little bell, so obviously when I release another video, you'll be notified of it. And if you did watch to the end, thank you so much. Your view is really genuinely appreciated. Bye bye.